I'm Miles Skinner, a PhD student in the University of Alberta in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and I study advanced composite materials used in energy storage. Okay, so let's look at the next question here. Will there be enough jobs if we find new ways to store or make energy? Will there be new jobs? How will we learn new jobs? That's a great question. So I'm going to answer these kind of in reverse order. So how will we learn new jobs? You'll probably learn them in the same way that we learn jobs right now. So you learn them in school, you learn them through university or through training programs, you can learn them through apprenticeships, hands-on experience, these kinds of things. So the same way that we learn jobs today and the same way that people learned jobs, a long time ago. So that probably won't change too much. Will there be enough jobs if we find new ways to store or make energy, and where will these new jobs be? So that's a great question. I think with the energy storage thing and the transition to renewable energies and sustainable energies, the goal isn't to eliminate jobs. The goal is to find a better way to do what we already do. So if we think about 200 years ago, farmers used horses to draw plows or pull plows through the fields. And so that's a very labor-intensive thing to do, and it's slow, and so people found better ways to do that. So we built tractors, and now a farmer can plow a much larger field faster than ever before. And so they found better ways to do what needed to be done. And so we still need energy. We'll always need energy. And in fact, our demand for energy, how much energy a society needs, will almost certainly only go up. And so we're trying to find safer ways to generate energy, and more sustainable ways to generate energy, and cleaner ways to generate energy, less harmful ways to generate energy. And we know that burning oil, burning natural gas is very damaging to the planet. And so we're trying to fix that by transitioning from oil and natural gas to sustainable technologies. And the goal here isn't to eliminate jobs. In fact, we will still need people to work for the new energy production facilities. So if we consider Alberta here, we're actually well positioned, or the potential in Alberta is really good for geothermal energy. You see, geothermal energy, the way it works is you have a well that produces hot water. You pump cold water in, it gets heated up by the planet, and then you pump that hot water out, and you use the hot water to generate electricity. And so the kinds of skills you need you need to have wells. Alberta has lots of wells. You need to know how to operate these wells to pump water in, pump water out. And Alberta, we know how to pump things in and out of the ground. It's just instead of pumping oil or pumping natural gas, we would be pumping hot water. And so there will still be a need for people to pump things out of the ground. It's just the kind of thing they're pumping is changing. And so in that respect, we wouldn't be losing jobs. We would just be doing different jobs. And Alberta is actually really well positioned for that because of how many old oil wells we have that can pump water easily, and because of the expertise that we have in pumping. So that's a really great opportunity for Alberta that we could capitalize on. Similarly, if we look at like wind farms have a lot of heavy machinery that needs to be maintained. You've got big motors and things that spin around, and someone needs to maintain all of that equipment. And there could be hundreds of these wind turbines, and we need to have people doing those jobs. And so so we might have people who have experience maintaining heavy equipment for, one industry, and now they're just maintaining heavy equipment for solar farms. And that's not a loss of jobs just because we've transitioned. It's just a new kind of job. There is some research to show that the number of jobs will likely increase during the transition period as a lot of facilities are brought offline. Those need to be, as a lot of generation facilities are brought offline or turned off. We need to take them apart, and we need to turn all that extra material into scrap and then reuse the scrap, like recycle it. And so there will be jobs to do that decommissioning or that dismantling process. And there will be a lot of jobs for building new facilities, so building new wind farms, building new solar farms. If there's a hydropower plant, we would need to build a dam or many dams. We would need to build lots of machinery for that. And so that will likely generate jobs during the transition process. And then we'll still need people to work in those newly built facilities, newly built power plants and newly built farms, wind farms and solar farms and hydropower plants. So I would say it's not about losing jobs. It's not about taking away jobs. It's about finding better ways to do what we already do and to find better ways of solving problems that we already have. So I wouldn't be so worried about the energy transitions that's going on, about what impact, about whether there will be jobs or not. I think what we should be more worried about is how can we build a planet that we all want to live on and that we can live on forever, because we only have one planet to live on, and I need to live here, you need to live here, your children need to live here. And so we need to find ways of living on this planet without destroying it for future generations. And so if we don't transition, if we don't stop burning so much oil and coal and natural gas, and stop harming the environment, then there won't be a planet to live on. So yeah, I would be more concerned. I would think more about how can we live sustainably? How can we live without destroying the environment so that our children and the future of humanity can live on the planet? And there will always be jobs. There will always be things that need to get done. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. It's a really hard question to answer. Thanks for your great question. And I hope you just keep learning and keep on doing the best you can.
Thank you so much for watching Future Energy Systems Ask an Expert series. If you have your own question, submit it on our website. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our exciting content. Check out the links below to our website and learning page, where you can find activities, learning extension, and more. You can also sign up on the website for notifications for future videos and interactive opportunities. There's so much to learn as we explore our energy future.